Hello everyone, welcome to today's worship. What a snowy day we had yesterday. I hope we're missing out on the snow today. Today's a very different worship because today we're going to have a look at what people have been doing online. Those people who can't be in school with us have been working just as hard as the people in school, and we're going to have a look to see what they've been doing. So I hope you enjoy it. We'll start with these words though. Peace be with you, and also with you. We light this candle to remind us that God is with us and his light shines on us. So, let's have a look at our first pieces of work, and they come from Swaledale. I can see that we have Oliver, who's been painting a wonderful winter tree. I can see the sun, but instead of it looking warm, it looks really cold. I wonder what makes it look cold. Perhaps it's the use of colour, the purples and the blues and the green. It's a very clever use of colour, and that tree certainly looks wintry. The second piece of work from Swaledale is from Chloe. And Chloe has made a character mirror. But she says there she didn't have any shiny to put in the middle of it, so very cleverly she put it in front of a mirror and took a photograph of herself staring through it, so it looks just like a mirror. And I'm glad that Chloe's chosen those words of funny and kind and loving and a little bit cheeky. The next person is Tom from Airedale. And I can see from the photographs and the writing and the drawings that Tom was asked to plan to go on a visit to a volcano. So Tom packed his bags, and I can see in there that he's taken some tuna to eat, a coat and something to drink, a camera and a piece of rope. I certainly think the rope would come in useful, Tom, if I was going anywhere near a volcano. If you look at one of the pictures, you can see that Tom has laid out all of the things he would need to take with him. He looks up ready to go. I hope that volcano doesn't explode when you go there, Tom. But great work. You've really prepared that well. Let's see where we're going to go next. The next person who's been chosen is Dylan from Coverdale. And Dylan was asked to look at a particular artist. He was inspired by an artist to make a space picture. But what I really like about Dylan's is that when he started off, he found some of it difficult. He wrote, I struggled with the drawing, so I drew the alien and Mars by hand, and then he made the rocket ship out of coloured paper. Then he made the background using a Photoshop and digital art. And when he put them all together, he gets an absolutely stunning painting. It looks just like figures in space with a rocket ship and that strange alien and that red planet Mars. It's a fantastic piece of work, Dylan. It's one of the best things I've seen this week. So well done to you. The next piece of work comes from Coverdale as well, and it's our first piece of writing. It comes from Sophia, and Sophia was asked to write a piece of writing inspired by the storybook, The Tripods. When I read it, and it was recommended by both Mrs. Stiles and Mrs. Crizell, I totally agreed that it was absolutely fantastic. Let me read a little bit to you, perhaps that first paragraph. I yanked the reins so hard that I'd lost my footing and tumbled into a pit. I steadily picked myself out of the pit, brushing the dust off my trousers. I looked up and saw these huge things of a monster. It was over 100 feet tall. Each step it took was at least half a mile, clanking metal as it went. I was mortified at the sight of those towering war machines. I froze. I wouldn't move. I couldn't move. My jaw dropped. Another thing which combines some writing with some wonderful artwork is Abigail's piece from Wharfdale. Again, it's inspired by a book that they've been reading. This book is about evacuees in World War II. And Abigail was asked to write a character description all about one of the characters called Olive. You can see there from the writing that she's both written what she's learnt from Olive and she's drawn a wonderfully inspiring picture of Olive as an evacuee. It's a great piece of work and I really enjoyed looking at it. Well done to you, Abigail. There's been lots of work from Dendale. I've seen a picture of Thomas reading the book The Boy Who Grew Dragons, which was really appropriate because in Dendale this week they've been looking after a real dragon's egg. Talia went out in the snow and measured the snow. It was 12 centimetres deep on the table in her garden. 12 centimetres, that's a huge amount of snow. And I know because I've seen lots of worry monsters, and the one I can see there is called Star. It's a great thing is a worry monster. It's a place where you can put your worries and you feel better. Well done, Dendale. I've still got to go on to another page there because there's even more to see. Here we've got a stunning picture of a stag by Alia. That stag, when I look at it, is looking you straight in the eye, and you really used your pencil really well to get the shading right. The second piece of work is a wonderful piece of writing all about the dragon. It's come from Josie. If you have a look at it yourself, press pause and read some of it. There's some wonderful descriptions, particularly the terrible toxic teeth which the dragon has. It's a great piece of writing, and right at the end, Jessie's used some wonderful exclamation marks with the word ouch. Great work, Dendale, well done. Next, we've got Caitlin from Ribblesdale. Now, I know that Caitlin and Ribblesdale were looking at the story of Jesus and the loaves and the fishes. Jesus had 5 loaves and 2 fish, and yet there were 5,000 people to feed. And I can see that Caitlin, has written about how he was able to feed the 5,000 people, which she thought was impossible. But he did it, and everyone was amazed. Caitlin, this is just one piece of work that you've produced, and you've produced a huge amount of fantastic work, so much so that you're one of the Seesaw Superstars from Mr. Starkey's class in Ribblesdale. Well done to all of our Seesaw Superstars. If you don't know what that is, it means that every now and again I will pop up and deliver you a special certificate because the work you've been doing online is absolutely fantastic. I hope you found your certificate, Caitlin. Well done. The next piece of artwork is another one of those winter trees. Particularly impressed was Mrs. Waite from Niddersdale with Archie's effort. I was able to see, Archie, the video of you actually painting that winter tree, and again, that sun is freezing cold with that lovely blend of purples and greens and blues. And I particularly like the way you've just caught your winter tree with some flakes of snow that have settled on its branches. I can look out of my window here and see a tree which is exactly the same. Well done, Archie, you've done a fantastic job. Let's end with a picture that I've seen lots of this week, but this is probably my favourite. Megan from Wensleydale, that she took a photograph in her garden of not one, not two, but a whole family of snowmen, complete with eyes and nose and buttons, and I particularly like the different hats. I think that Daddy's wearing a hat a bit like one that I've got. It's a fantastic set of snowmen. I hope you've warmed up, Megan. Right, that was a wonderful set of work, and it shows just how hard you've all been working. So let's end with our school prayer. Dear God, thank you for the friendly people in our school and the wonderful environment where we learn and play. We're sorry if we've not shown each other respect or if we've not always been honest. Please help us to keep safe and try our best in everything we do. We love our school. Amen. Thank you to everyone for whatever work you've done this week. So we say together, may the light of God shine from us and the peace of God be with us always. Amen. We go into the world to walk in God's light, to rejoice in God's love, and to reflect God's glory. Amen. Now, you've all worked incredibly hard. It's been a very busy week with snow and ice and rain, but I've seen so much good work from people in school and out of school that I want you to have a bit of time to be quiet. Think about something that you're grateful for this week, whether it's a snowman you built, whether it's the picture you painted, whether it's the time you spent with mum and dad, whether it's the time you spent in school or at home. We've all got something to be grateful for. Read those words. Be grateful and everything will be great. If you click on that picture or follow the link that I've set, there's a little piece of music for you to listen to while you think about what it is you want to be grateful for. Thank you to everyone who shared their work with us in the showing assembly. And next week, it might well be yours. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.